That takes us over to the tag team division, which we'll end on a good note. So we'll do the Gauntlet Battle Royal shit first. So there's a few stuff that leads us here. There was meant to be a number one contenders match on the pay-per-view. There was meant to be the four-way that was dumped for the fire. It was meant to be the Naturals versus AMW versus Cesarian versus the James Gang. For some reason, on the August 17th Impact, that's now a four-way singles match between Chase Stevens, Chris Harris, Kazarian, and BG James. Why the partners were gotten rid of, who knows? But it's a four-way singles match for tag team number one contendership. Harris sends Storm to the back during their entrance. The story is none of the partners are actually at ringside, but Harris is the only one who consciously sends his partner back. He's like, no, go, you have to leave. Storm comes out and tries to hit BG with a beer bottle. It fails, but Harris is mad that Storm even tried. As Chase Stevens throws Storm out of the ring, then he drops handcuffs. Chase hits Harris with the handcuffs, making the newly franchised Naturals number one contenders. Franchise comes out. He's very happy. AMW bicker. They argue. They shove each other as Gale looks to de-escalate, but Storm flips Harris the bird. The next week, Shane Douglas is in the ring. He's like, I told you so. I told you I would bring the Naturals back to the position of being number one contenders. A fan has a very nice Natural sign. I appreciate the fans. Some of them are really trying with these signs.
They do put the effort in. You gotta respect it.
He wants to know if the fans are ready for them to become tag champs, and the fans are as enthusiastic as you can get for the Naturals,
I guess.
It's like he's really trying to pump them up, and they do give him something, but it is very much like he has to get that out of them. Alex Shelley and Johnny Devine defeat the newly franchised Naturals. They once again here show Conan and Moody Jack, and again Mike and Don are they're pushing our agenda. Devine and Shelley get a quick pin on Stevens for the win. Franchise comes out and he's really mad because his boys, he was really excited. They were all ready, and now they've dropped the tag team match to one of the lowest ranked teams in the division.
It's so funny that they're like, yeah, we're gonna do it, and then they lose to the jobbiest jobbers.
The only thing worse could be Shark Boy and Norman.
They're the diamonds in the rough.
That's fair. There are multiple jobbery teams in this company at the moment.
Yeah.
Franchise comes back out. He's really mad. And he says, you don't deserve a title shot. You're not championship material. Your title shot is done. You're going right back to the bottom. Next segment, JB has AMW. JB is like, hey guys, the magic is kind of gone. Which he's not wrong in multiple regards.
Just in the company.
Yeah, the life has kind of seeped out over the summer a little bit, hasn't it? Which is the reason, again, to the booking change. I'm not fundamentally opposed to new bookers, but you're going the wrong way. You're going the wrong way.
You're backing it up and reversing it.
Instead of being we need to move this forward into something better, you're moving it back into worse. It's annoying. Harris stops Storm from drinking. Harris is we're as close as brothers, but like all brothers, we fight. If we want to end this thing, Storm, you can do it right now. I don't want any bullshit. I don't want any of the bickering. If we want it to be over, it can be over. Storm is I'm also frustrated. Harris tells Storm to tell him right now if they want to do this thing or not. Storm walks away.
And walks right back.
With a beer to share with his pal Wildcat Chris Harris. So they're back on the same page, question mark?
Yeah.
September 7th Impact. AMW and Shazarian defeat the James Gang. And I wrote the James Gang again, but it's the Naturals? God damn it. My notes are clearly deteriorating. There's too many matches this month. It's the James Gang and Shark Boy and Norman, rather than the James Gang. This is what you get when you get me to do notes for 6 Impacts. They slowly deteriorate over time. They slowly fall apart. I don't know what's happening. I realize we probably need a new name for Shazarian. They are Maverick, Matt, and Kazarian.
Cat,
sure. Cat. AMW and Cat defeat the James Gang, Shark Boy, and Norman Smiley. Nothing match. Shark Boy, Norman Smiley, and Shazarian are already in the ring, so it doesn't even matter. The AMW, it's really weird. They did the thing where AMW and James Gang were the ones that got entrances, even though they're on opposing sides of the match, but their partners were already in the ring, so it's one of those weird mismatch kind of things. Brawl before the James Gang can get their catchphrases out, so we don't even tie for that, which is probably a blessing. They announce here there will be a triple chance tag team battle royal at No Surrender because Shane Douglas has relinquished the Naturals tag team title match. Last call on Smiley, allowing Harris to get the win. Storm is kind of mad that Harris got the pin off of his super kick. Harris flipped off Storm and left, so they're not on the same page.
Yeah, they were on the same page for about 2 minutes.
Today talks to Douglas and the Naturals. Talks about all the things he's put the Naturals through, and then Shane Douglas is like, either at No Surrender you'll be victorious, or you'll lose, and I'll end this experiment on the spot. The Naturals are mad about this. They say they've done everything he's asked, and he retorts, except win.
That they did win.
But then they lost once.
But they still were number one contenders even though they lost. They could have won the titles. This is all your fault.
September 21st, JB has franchise in the Naturals. Once again reiterates if they don't win at the pay-per-view, he's done with them. Which does take us to the Triple Chance Tag Team Battle Royal at the pay-per-view, in which we have the Naturals defeating the James Gang, AMW, Paparazzi Productions, Sharkboy Norman Smiley, Cat, Ron Killings and Lance Hoyt, who are now our team apparently, and the Diamonds in the Rough.
This is bullshit. The third chance Battle Royal my ass. This is the first chance for some people.
Yeah, it's the first time these two men have ever teamed. The rules is everybody's in the ring. Your team is eliminated when both members of your team are thrown out. So if the first person is thrown out, they stay at ringside until the second person is thrown out, and then they're eliminated. When we get down to the final two teams, it becomes a regular tag team match where then pinfall or submission crowns new number one contenders.
I like it.
You like the triple chance?
Yeah.
You prefer a battle royal where both men have to go out?
I do, but also I like battle royals that end in regular matches.
Yeah, it's a TNA special, isn't it?
Yeah.
I can't be bothered to go elimination by elimination here because it doesn't matter. So the headline points, Chase Stevens at one point looks to go for a lion salt, a springboard moonsault, but mid-spring, James Storm launches Chase Stevens from the spring on the top rope over the rail into the front row where he lands on like 3 or 4 people. It's a crazy bump to take for this kind of match.
I don't know. I think they're probably just like TV time is TV time at this point.
Take everything you can get.
Yeah.
Because the Naturals are, in theory, being pushed. So I guess you might as well try. Stevens sells an injury for the rest of the match. He's obviously eliminated, but Andy Douglas is still in the match. But Stevens is on the floor the entire time, selling like an ankle injury. We do have a 3 Live Crew callback spot with Ron and BG, but then Shelley just throws them both out. We get a little bit of 2LK family drama. They do the dance and then they start punching each other.
Alone.
It never dies. It will carry on forever. Shazarian and Paparazzi Production argue a bunch because Divine eliminates Kazarian despite being eliminated himself. This causes a bunch of referees to leave with them to separate them. Kip James eliminates Harris, but the remaining referee didn't see it because he was checking on Chase Stevens on the floor. Harris then comes back in, throws out Kip, so despite being eliminated, Kip is actually the one eliminated, so it comes down to everyone's favorite combination as the final two in the match. It's AMW and the Naturals.
One last time.
Inescapable. No matter what you do, we hover back to it. This was terrible, the actual match portion.
It went so long.
They beat the hell out of Andy Douglas for ages to seemingly set up like hot tag to Chase. Chase overcomes the odds despite the injury to win. And that's not really what they did. They beat the hell out of Andy Douglas for ages. The James Gang came back out to like shout at AMW, which allowed Andy to get the tag to Chase, and then Chase rolled up Harris for the win.
Yes.
Or Storm, sorry. Storm was the one that got pinned. And that's it. It wasn't like this big dramatic moment of the babyfaces fighting back against injury and overcoming the odds. It was a James Gang distraction and a bad finish. The franchise is happy though. He's proud of them because they won.
Me too.
That makes them number one contenders for the NWA World Tag Team title.
Again. We're just gonna keep fucking doing this.
They gotta work their way there every time.
Can't wait for next Impact where Shane Douglas makes them not the number one contenders again.
He's like, you said something weird to me. Done.